Hi guys. Finally got a new microphone, so I'm finally able to record audio properly. Before I was just using my phone, and it was kind of really annoying because I'd have to email myself the file. But anyway, I've got a new microphone and it works. It's really cool. So I've started doing streams with my microphone as well. And I'll put a link to my Twitch channel below. And yeah, so it's been a while since I've done a voiced video, and it's been a while since I've done like a really good video, I suppose. I've been uploading the Pokemon Advents, but I didn't have time to keep editing them because the editing software I used wasn't compatible with the video recordings. But now I've found a new way of recording. I can import straight into Premiere Pro, and it's so much easier. So this one was recorded with OBS, and it's just seamless. It's just so good. And actually, the files were that high quality that my computer really struggled to render them, so I had to render out the whole video twice before I could actually edit it properly. So yeah, I'll talk a little bit about the content of the drawing in a bit. But I just want to say that yes, this is going to have spoilers for the end of The Legend of Korra. You might have already guessed that from the picture anyway. Some of you might not, so I am warning you. I'm giving you absolutely fair warning that I will be talking about the finale of The Legend of Korra. You might be watching this months, years from now, in which case it's not really a spoiler anymore. But yeah, I know some people haven't got around to watching it yet, so I don't want to spoil it for anyone, because if anyone had spoiled this for me, I probably would have actually done some serious damage and got put in jail. No, I'm only kidding. But yeah, so I'll talk a bit about the method of the drawing first, because I actually really enjoyed drawing it, and that might either come as a shock, or it might be like, well, yeah, I would expect you to enjoy drawing, but I've actually had a lot of problems getting back into digital art this year. I took a bit of a break around the middle of 2013, and I never really got back into it as much as I used to be. I used to draw every single day on my Cintiq, and I just kind of lost track with it, and I got into my Copics as well at the end of 2013, so that I was still drawing, but I don't know, I just didn't feel as connected with my, I don't want to say spiritual self because that's a bit of a Korra pun, but I didn't feel as connected with my digital art anymore, and it made me quite sad, and it was very frustrating. And only recently, when I started doing the Pokemon Advent pictures, did I actually feel a bit more connected to my work again. And I think this picture shows that I'm reconnected with it a lot, because I seriously enjoyed this drawing, so much so that I actually took my time on it. And normally I don't take my time on my drawings, especially with things like Pokemon anyway. I can draw them very quickly, and I can render them very quickly. Sometimes it leaves stuff a bit messy, but I kind of like that. I like the sort of storybook look to some of my work, as much as I can like it, I suppose. And yeah, I actually don't take that long, but this took me a grand total of 4 hours, and that is incredible for me, because normally I take 20 minutes on a digital drawing, and I think the most I'd ever spent on a drawing was about 2 hours. I think it took so long because of the line art, personally, that I'm doing right now, you can see, because I don't do line art, and at the beginning of the picture I didn't even know what style I wanted to do this in. But I've always wanted to be a digital painter, always, since I started doing digital art back in 2005. And I really wanted to paint this, but my painting rendering skills are not up to scratch. They probably could have developed a lot more last year had I not taken the hiatus, but they definitely suffered as a result of that. So I've needed to find a way to get back into painting. So I thought, I'm just going to line art it, and I'm going to colour block it, and then I'll cell shade it, do something basic. But then I thought, no, I'm going to work into it, because every step of the way, I just wanted to merge all my layers, because I'm a one layer kind of painter. I don't like a lot of layers. I like to sort of pretend it was real paint almost. And I really I had this urge. I just wanted to merge everything. You can see the line art is all on one layer. The background's in several layers. I don't mind backgrounds being in several layers because I'm really bad at them, so I kind of need that help. But yeah, I just did all the flats on one layer, and I thought, you know what, I'm just going to merge it. I'm going to merge it, and I'm going to render it. But I did not actually expect it to take me as long as it did to render. But like I said, I took my time because I really, really enjoyed it. And I guess close friends of mine will know that that actually means a lot to me, to sit and enjoy drawing as much as I have done on this. Because I'm not saying that I don't enjoy drawing, but I always have very little confidence in my abilities. So I kind of think, oh no, it doesn't look right, and then I kind of just forget about it and move on. I've never had massive confidence in my drawing because I just want to improve all the time. And I'm not saying that this is great or anything. I'm just saying that I really enjoyed it. So yeah, you can see I'm just layering the block colours now. I had to keep opening the finale episode for reference. Okay, I wasn't just watching it 10 other times, but maybe I was. But I had to keep opening it for reference, and obviously I had to sort of adjust for the lighting in the scenes. Yeah, so I had a lot of fun, watching the episode, 100 more times whilst drawing this as well. Is probably why I enjoyed it. But yeah, so getting all the colours was really important to me because I don't like to think that I've got any of the colours wrong, because I just think, well, that's just a lazy choice if I don't. So I can always blend and make other colours later, but getting the block colours at this point was really important to me, getting them right. But yeah, so I'll start talking about my rendering process when I actually do start rendering on the video. But yeah, I guess I'll the dreaded, oh my god, here she is talking about Korra a bit. I'm going to keep it brief because there's like two things you don't talk to me about, and there's Zelda and Korra, because I will talk forever. And my friends, I know, they're like, oh my god, no, who set her off again? But they are two things I'm very, very passionate about. So unfortunately, in this case, you've got me as a massive Korra fan. And the finale for me was absolutely perfect. And I know there's a lot of sort of tension in the fandom at the moment with the sort of the very ending. But yeah, so spoiler alert, I am warning you, do not keep listening if you don't want to be spoiled. So yeah, I was blown away by the fact that, personally for me, the representation of Korra and Asami getting together, I see it as them getting together because I have shipped them from day one, or rather book one. Seriously, I thought it was like a bit of a laugh to ship them in book one, like, oh yeah, imagine if they got together kind of thing. And then in my eyes, they actually did. And I was never expecting it. And when something like that happens and you're sort of into the whole shipping fandom, it's kind of like, wow, this is a big deal. Because I was never a fan of the love triangle in book one and then book two. But I thought that they really had something going for them in book three, and the hints were just everywhere, and I was just like, oh my god, these two are perfect together, just as friends or as partners. They were both perfect, and they are my two favourite characters in the whole show because of their development. Well, I can't like everyone. It's really hard for me to talk about Korra and not like everything all at once. But yeah, I'm just happy that the ending was left open to interpretation, I guess, but my interpretation of it, I am very happy with it, and I know a lot of my friends are very happy with it too. And actually, this drawing is for a friend. I have a friend who ships Korrasami as much as I do, and we decided we'd do an art trade on the finale to sort of say like goodbye to the show that means so much to us. And so we have, and it's quite sad for me because I hadn't watched The Last Airbender, the series, not the film. I haven't seen the film. We don't talk about the film. But I hadn't seen The Last Airbender before I watched Korra. I watched Korra first. I watched the first 4 episodes of Korra before I watched Aang's story. And that was because on UK television, they never aired it properly. Like, we get pretty crap, bargains when it comes to television, especially cartoon series. That normally what they'll do is they'll put on episodes when they want. They won't be in any order. And, you just get left with, whatever's left. I mean, I don't even think they have aired book 2 of Korra. And it took them 18 months to air book 1. By then I'd already seen it and I was watching book 2. And it was just insane. Like, the fact that I always wanted to watch The Last Airbender. Always, because I came across it sometimes when it was on. I thought, this looks really cool, but I absolutely cannot stand coming in late to shows. Like, I wasn't going to watch halfway through a show that I didn't understand because I'd have too many questions. So I never got into it when it was airing. And I don't even think it's airing now still. I don't even know if they finished airing it properly, like all 3 books. But watching Korra was a perfect excuse to get into it. And I hate to bring out the sort of the Fire Nation pun, but like everything changed. Because it did. And Korra, The Legend of Korra, I like Korra more than The Last Airbender. Sorry. But yeah, I do, because that's where I started and I'm a little bit more loyal to it. But I think they're both amazing shows and I'm really sad to see them end, because they mean so much to me. Seriously mean a lot to me. But yeah, I'll stop talking about Korra because I'll just talk forever. So basically, TLDR, this is my OTP. This is an art trade for someone else, and the whole Avatar series is probably my favourite TV show of all time. So now you've made it through the little sort of the fan girling section of the video. I'm going to go back to talk about the actual drawing itself because I have started rendering it now. And I've been talking for 12 minutes, oh my word. But you'll see any second now, my computer will crash. And there's a nice big Adobe Photoshop has stopped working box. There we go. And that broke my heart. And I had to go back and edit because I had been saving, but it reverted to an old file, an old save of the file. And oh my god, it broke my heart. And I'd probably lost about 40 minutes worth of work on it. So I had to do it all again. So that's why it skipped a little bit there, because I had to go back and I didn't know what I'd done. I only had my video for reference, so I had a quick look at what it was up to and then, went from there. So if you see any parts of it being repeated, I think obviously you see Asami's hair again, you see her mouth again. I am really sorry. I also forgot to film the light spirit being coloured, but because I didn't want to have too much repeating footage, so I'm really sorry about that, guys. It was really annoying, but I actually think I did a better job after, so that's all right. Something positive came from it. One thing I wanted to mention was I really tried to kind of push the ambient light in this. I'm really, really, really trying to work hard on my lighting rather than things like my anatomy at the moment. I can only really focus on one thing at a time when improving my work. So at the moment it's lighting, which I think, and colour, which I think you can see in some of my Pokemon drawings. And what I did for this was I think you saw earlier, I took a section, like I used the select tool, and drew around where I thought the light would roughly hit. Not accurate, but I'm colouring it now. And I used a gradient of the background light. So I took the teal from the mountains, the aqua colour, and then the pink from the flowers, and I pulled a gradient across that. So I had a sort of base for overlaying the colours. And so it's kind of cheating, I suppose. But it blended the colours so I could see what kind of colour it would make on top of the colour underneath. So for example, like the red on Korra's blue sleeve is different to the red sort of bounce light on her hand, because her skin colour is different to the skin colour of her sleeve. So I wanted to make sure that the colours really complemented each other rather than just chucking a load of pink on and chucking a load of blue on. But I think I'm really sort of having fun with experimenting with colour and light at the moment. So hopefully my rendering skills will definitely improve from that. It's probably all really daft little improvements that no one can see, but they mean a lot to me. So yeah. I'll probably stop talking soon, but I just wanted to thank Sluggy, or Katie, because I did actually go to her a few months ago and ask her what she did to get out of an art block, because my art block at that point was so strong that it was really getting me down. And she has been a massive inspiration and help to me with coming out of my art block. She probably doesn't know how much she's helped me, actually. So thank you, Sluggy. And it's just been really nice to get back into drawing and really enjoying it. So I even had the Cintiq laid flat for this. Oh my god, I never lay the Cintiq flat. And I had it down, and you know it means business when the Cintiq's down. So yeah, I really enjoyed it. It took me a couple of days to get, back to before it crashed. So, but I did have a lot of fun. And yeah, so I'm sad to see the ending to The Legend of Korra, but it was a good ending. And yeah, so it's, there's not going to be something like that for a long time, I don't think, on television, but we'll see. We don't know what the future holds. But anyway, yeah, I'll leave it here. So if you've got any questions for me about the method that I've used, I don't know if anyone would want to see a tutorial for what I've done here. I don't really think it would be that interesting, but if you do want to see anything like that, please let me know. I've got a lot more time to spend on YouTube videos at the moment, so if you want to see anything in particular, just please let me know. And yeah, as always, just thank you for watching, and hope I didn't send you to sleep with my little sort of Korra fangirl video. Yeah, just comment, and if you liked it, subscribe, I suppose, and hopefully I'll see you in the next video. Thanks, guys.